Hello and what's up internet, I'm Aiden, the creator behind Fanimation Studios, and this is my very late entry into the Maraython. For those of you who don't know what that is, the Maraython is a fan collaboration event to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Rayman. It's basically an opportunity for fans to show their appreciation to the franchise and all the joy Rayman's brought over the years by talking about him, discussing stuff like their favorite games, their favorite moments, probably even their favorite music. And I plan to do just all that in this video. But I wanted to make it a bit more unique to any other Maraython videos that are out there, so I figured I'd bring a guest star. Cause who better to have discussed the anniversary of their franchise with me than the thingamajig himself? That's right, introducing Rayman! Yeah! Hey man, it's Rayman! Thanks for having me here, Aiden. Well, thank you for being here, Rayman. We certainly have a lot to talk about today. Yeah, I've reached an impactful milestone for my game franchise this year, and you guys want to spend it talking about me. And talk about you we shall. But I have a way to make this interesting. Oh? And what would that be? Why don't we make this an interview style video, where you ask me questions regarding my history with the Rayman franchise and I answer them. Sounds good to me. Let's get started then. Alright, so first question, how did you discover the Rayman franchise? Well Rayman, you're probably gonna hate me for saying this, but I discovered it through the Rabbids. Those guys? Really? Yeah, but it goes a bit deeper than that. You see, when I was younger, like any usual kid who played video games, one of my favorite video games to play was Super Mario. Yeah, I can't really blame you there. Mario is a helplessly iconic character when it comes to video games. And one day, back when the Switch was new, so a while ago then, yeah, pretty much, I saw a trailer for something rather interesting. Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I think I see where this is going. Yeah, at the time I was only partially aware of the Rabbids' existence, mostly because I remember watching an ad for that show on Nicktoons a while ago. It significantly stuck out to me because it ended with a rabbit screaming right in the camera. So I figured I'd play the game when it came out and watch Rabbids Invasion the next time I actually saw it on Nicktoons. And in terms of both the game and the show, I had a lot of fun with it. Can I just say I hate how the Rabbids show did way better than mine ever did? Wait, you have a show? Exactly! Anyways, after a while of being invested with the Rabbids' misadventures in their TV show, I eventually discovered something interesting on YouTube. A video called The Rabbids Movie. The Rabbids Movie? Yeah, at the time I didn't realize it was just a very large video containing all the cutscenes from Rabbids games and ads they've done over the years. I'll provide a link to it in the description if I'm able to find it. But bottom line, that was the first time I ever saw you, Rayman. Truth be told, your appearance in the quote-unquote movie was less than 30 minutes of screen time, given your appearances in the Rayman Raving Rabbids games were your only main appearances in the Rabbids franchise altogether. But safe to say, due to your unique appearance, I came to know you by the end of it. Probably not entirely by name at the time, but still. But one day, as I was casually walking through the game aisle of a supermarket, that's when I saw it. The Nintendo Switch edition of Rayman Legends. Ah, now that's a good game. Yep, when I saw it, I instantly recognized you as the character in the box art and thought to myself, hey, the guy who the Rabbids mess with has his own games too. Eventually, that led to me playing the game myself and discovering you and your amazing franchise and all the other wacky adventures you've been on that don't involve the Rabbids, and yeah, that brings us to today, where I'm a fan of both you and the Rabbids in your own respective franchises, and I understand that the Rabbids are supposed to be a spin-off for you. Exactly. Those stupid, deranged, white-furred bunnies wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for me. And their appearance in my franchise was what led to them becoming so popular in the first place. Yeah. So what do you say we just move on then? Alright then, fair enough. So next question, then I'm fairly certain we already got the answer from something you said previously, but what was the first Rayman game you ever played? Well, aside from Rayman Raving Rabbids TV Party, which some could argue probably shouldn't count, again, fair enough. The first game in the franchise I ever played was, as you could probably already tell, Rayman Legends. Ah, so it seems to do its job well of attracting new players to the Rayman franchise, huh? Yeah, I had a lot of fun playing it. There were great levels, unique platforming maneuvers, insane boss levels. But the most fun part about it was this. Haha, yeah, the music levels. Yep, the first time I played Castle Rock in Rayman Legends, I was taken well by surprise. And the funny thing is, the first time I heard it, I'd never even heard of the song Black Betty until well after then. And I still found it absolutely catchy. Of course you did. This tune was rockin'. Indeed it was. And the best part is it wasn't even the only music level in Rayman Legends. There were plenty of other fun songs as well, like Orchestral Chaos, Dragon Slayer, and Mariachi Madness, which I enjoyed even more due to the fact that it was based on Eye of the Tiger, which I already knew was a very awesome song. And can I just say, Eye of the Tiger is actually a very fitting song for you. Yeah, someone ought to make a music video of me using that song if they haven't already. But anyways, would you say that Rayman Legends is probably your favorite in the franchise? Well, that could be true, but truth be told, I've only ever fully played about 3 games in the Rayman franchise. 5 if you count Rayman Raving Rabbids and the DLC for Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Oh yeah, an adventure where I teamed up with those Mario-dressed Rabbids to help take down that Phantom Rabbid guy. Yep, that's the one. But like I said before, Rayman Legends is definitely an awesome game for playing in the franchise. Especially the music levels in it. Yeah, I agree. Those adventures were awesome. So what do you say we move on to the next question then? Sounds good to me. Alright, so next question. What are some of your personal favorite moments in the Rayman franchise? Now that is a good question, Rayman. There are quite a lot to choose from. Like I mentioned before, discovering Castle Rock in Rayman Legends was definitely awesome. But discovering the final music level in that game was just as awesome as well. I'm guessing you're referring to Granny's World Tour. Yep, that's the one. It's an absolute banger. Especially since it's based off a previous Rayman song that's just as catchy to listen to. One that happens to be being played in the background right now. Ah, Chasing a Dream. Yeah, that one is awesome. Indeed it is, and the story for how I discovered it is also an interesting one. As I'm sure you're no doubt aware by now, Rayman Legends was the first game I ever played in the Rayman franchise. That means I played it long before I'd considered playing Rayman Origins before it, which just so happens to be the game that Legends was the successor/sequel to. However, in Rayman Legends, there happens to be this random little online challenge thing, where you head into a lobby and challenge a bunch of other random Rayman players to a race. And Chasing a Dream just so happens to be the soundtrack they use in that little challenge thing. Ah, so that's how you discovered it before playing Granny's World Tour, huh? Yep, and that leads to another one of our highlights. Where a while later, and actually not too long ago from the time this video is being made, I played Rayman Origins as well. It was then that I realized just how much of Legends was based off of Origins. By that time I'd become well aware of where Chasing a Dream actually plays within Rayman Origins. In the land of the living dead. What I didn't know until less than 10 minutes into the game was that to get to the land of the living dead, you had to collect these random skull teeth things or something. which basically means that in my playthrough of Rayman Origins, the Land of the Living Dead was a more post-game thing. But when I finally did reach it, oh boy was it amazing. Fairly challenging to get the hang of within the first few playthroughs of it, but still very rewarding. Because one of the great things about chasing a dream is that it gets you hyped. It makes you feel ready to do something epic. You mean like run across a ramp that's on fire, leap up towards a fire-breathing dragon and punch it smack in the face? Exactly. So naturally, listening to it as you race through a world of hazards and dangers is equally as awesome. It makes you feel as though you'd want to play it over and over and over again all day. Which, honestly, I wouldn't mind, to be honest. But yeah, finally playing the level where Chasing a Dream originated from felt very rewarding indeed. I'm sure it was. Anyways, any other highlights you want to bring up? Well, one thing I will say is that despite Rayman Raving Rabbids being the downfall of your franchise or whatever, I will admit it was a fairly fun game. Yeah, I will admit there were some fun times with those Rabbids guys. Especially all the rhythm games. Yeah, plus with the second and third game in the series, the animations for the cutscenes in that game were amazing. Heck, if they ever did another Rayman TV show, I wouldn't mind if the animators who made those cutscenes worked on it. Yeah, I agree, that would be pretty cool. Anyways, what do you say we wrap this up with the final question? Sounds good to me. Alright, final question. What are your hopes for the future of my franchise? Well, for starters, I seriously hope they make a new Smash Bros. Game just to add you into it. Right? Thank you! And to be honest, I just want what any fan of the Rayman franchise was. To help keep Rayman alive and in everyone's hearts. And even with how big and popular the Rabbids have somehow become, I just hope that Ubisoft doesn't completely forget about you and how much you gave them, and all of us. Wow, that's honestly kinda touching, Aiden. Yeah, your appearance in the DLC of Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope has, ironically enough, given us all a spark of hope for your comeback. But we'll just have to wait and see. Who knows, maybe Ubisoft have something big planned for your milestone themselves. That would be nice, but hey, a thingamajig can dream. Well, we should probably wrap this up before people can't be bothered to watch this video due to how lengthy it is. Anything left you want to say before this all ends, Aiden? Well, there is one last thing I'd like to say on behalf of everyone in the Rayman fandom. And that would be... Cue the sign drop. Happy 30th anniversary, Rayman! Huh? Whoa! Thanks again for all the years of wacky antics, cool music, and epic adventures you've given us. Well, thank you and all the rest of you for being so supportive of me over the years. Even if you did only find me through the Rabbids. Your support really means a lot to me. Way to be a legend, Rayman. Here's hoping there's more in store for you and for us in your franchise in the future. Here's to that, Aiden.